chatting right now, you don't need to. Whatever's outside, it's not there. We're focusing inside. If you want to be outside, go outside. Okay? So if you want to go outside, get outside. This session right now I want to teach. So if you don't want to be here, don't be here. Get out there and sit there. Okay? Do you want to sit out? No. Sully? Good. Pen, pencil. Have it ready? Good. Let's go. First part of the exercise. You will be doing exercise 9A only if you struggle with plotting. Okay, so 9A is about plotting coordinates, which we've done in year 7, and I did a revision on Monday on how to plot coordinates. So plotting coordinates, remember, there are two numbers because there are two number lines. You've got a vertical number line and you've got a horizontal number line. So when you put a coordinate, it means I'm using the horizontal and the vertical number line to figure out where I am on the 2D map. Okay, so we call this 2D map Cartesian plane. X comes first, so essentially it's the left to right. So you move left to right first before you go up or down. Okay, so X is first. So for example, so these two number lines here is X and then Y. For example, when it says 1, 3, it means on the X-axis you move 1 unit in the positive direction, which means 1 to the right. And then 3 represents the Y values, which means up or down. So for those who weren't familiar with this in year 7, remember X represents left or right. Y represents up or down. So you should be able to read these and say that's to the right by 1, up by 3, left by 5, down by 7, left by 1, up by 8. Okay? I want you to plot these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coordinates. I'm going to give you 1 minute, so 60 seconds, and then we're going to check our answers. If you get it right, you don't do 9A, but if you don't get it right, all 5 of them, you do 9A. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. Oh, sorry, I wasn't recording that bit. Oh, well, that's all right. Now you missed out on that bit. That's all right. Hopefully you were listening then. So, and I want you to fill out those 3 boxes. You've got 1 minute. 2, 0, and 4. 3 out of 3. Hands up if you got that right. Well done. Okay, so that's using the rule. Let's list it out. Shh. Quiet down. Thank you. All right, so that means the coordinates that you should have is -3, -2, -2, 0, 0, 4, 2, 8, and then 3, 10. How many coordinates do we have here? 5. I want you now to do exercise 9A skill. Plot those 5 coordinates correctly. You get them wrong, you do 9A. Okay, it's about plotting. So skill 9A. So 9A from here, plot. Exercise 9A is to plot. If you can plot, you can skip 9A. Here we go. Plot the 5 coordinates. I'm going to pause the video. For all 5 coordinates, and I want you to see what pattern. Wait. What they're asking you to do, and hopefully you can understand once I show you on Desmos. So I want you to picture this. You now understand y equals 2x plus 4 is a straight line. Okay? Can we not speak while I'm speaking? Thank you. Y equals 2x plus 4 is a straight line. But that straight line has infinitely many coordinates on that line. So they're asking now for which coordinates, so A, B, C, D, do these sit on the line or do they not sit on the line? What does that mean? So if you look at this graph here, all of these points sit on the line. Okay? What doesn't sit on the line? Here's an example. 4, 10. 4, 10 does not sit on the line. But the reason why you know that is because I've got a picture for you. This doesn't have a picture. You have to then be able to figure out logically which one will sit on the line. But the only reason why it sits on the line, if you realize, was because you followed the rule. You follow the rule was double x, add 4. Each one doubles x and then add 4 to get to that coordinate, the y coordinate. Whereas 4, 10, why doesn't it sit on the line? Because what's double of 4? 8. What's 8 plus 4? 8 plus 4. 12. So if I wanted to sit on a line, I had to follow the rule. The rule was double x, add 4. If x is 4, it shouldn't be 10. It should have been 12. See, 12 sits on the line. Let's do another one. If I chose 5 and I wrote 20, can you see how that coordinate does not sit on the line? The reason why it doesn't sit on the line is because you're not following the rule. The rule says in order to sit on this line, which is double x at 4, so if you want to know if it sits on the line, check. Does it fit the rule? So if it's 5, if x is 5, what should the y coordinate be to make sure you sit on the line? Follow the rule.
Y.
Follow the rule. So the rule is double x at 4. It's not really hard. You've been doing it this whole time. I'm asking, this coordinate clearly doesn't sit on the line. But if I want it to sit on the line, I've got to follow the rule. The rule says whatever x is, double it at 4. What's my x at the moment? What's the x coordinate? 5. So according to the rule, double x add 4. Let's break that down. Double x, which is double 5, add 4. What's double of 5 add 4?
10 and 14.
Yeah, so it's 14. So because I put 20, of course it doesn't sit on the line because it doesn't follow the rule. But if I change that 20 to a 14, it sits on the line because it follows the rule. And that concept that I just described, I promise you, I put that on a test and not 100% of you will get that right, even though it's a very simple idea. It's a simple idea of just following a rule. But the reason why students don't get it is 1, it's abstract. 2, they're not listening. Yeah, because that's really simple. I'm not really doing anything that's beyond your capabilities, right? You're just doubling. Everyone knows how to double. Everyone knows how to add. But what you don't understand is this x and the y coordinate. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying if you pick a random coordinate, let's say 7, if x was 7, if you follow the rule, double of x, the double of 7 is 14. Add 4 to that. What's double 7 add 4? 18. So if I put in 18, it should sit on the line. It sits on the line. But if you don't follow the rule, so for example, if I did 19, of course, it doesn't sit on the line. It's like slightly off. So how do you know if a coordinate sits on the line? It has to follow the rule. So here we go. Let's go back to the question. Here's my rule, 2x plus 4. Does this one sit on the line? You don't need to see a picture. You can follow the rule. Follow the rule. This is x. What's double of 0? 0 plus 4? 4. Is that 4? No, so this doesn't sit on the line because it doesn't follow the rule. Check this one. According to the rule, it says double x add 4.
2 plus 4 is 6.
So this does not sit on the line. Does this sit on the line? No, double 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So this does not sit on the line. What about this one? Yes, double 10 is 20. Add 4 gives you 24. This one sits on the line. So that means if I type in 10, 24, it should sit on the line. And it does. 10, 24. That's a very simple idea, isn't it? But that exercise right there, I promise you, almost 80% of year 8 students will not know how to do that. What I just asked you, what I just taught you just there, a table, follow a rule, plot the coordinates, and then analyze this fit, 80% of students will not do this. And then it goes in year 9, they give up. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. Work on 9B, 2 skills. Skills for 9B is, number 1, I want you to be able to figure out a pattern, figure out a rule, skill number 1. Skill number 2 is the main one. Use the rule and the table to help you sketch. Because at the moment, most students cannot connect an equation and a graph. There's a disconnection between the two. And that's what I'm trying to train you to do, that you eventually be able to see an equation as a graph. Most students really, really struggle at that bit because this is very abstract. This does not mean anything to a lot of students. And I'm trying to break it apart so you can see it's actually just a list of coordinates and you just made up a rule to find the y coordinate. And by putting all those points in, there's a pattern. That pattern's a straight line, so we call it linear. It's a study of linear equations. Chapter 9, linear equations. One of the biggest introduction at year 9. For year 9s, this is a struggle. For other countries, they do this much earlier than we do. Okay, so for you guys, This is your skill. This is what you want to work on. All right? That's 9B. Now, tomorrow's lesson, you're going to have all the session to make sure you do 9B, this skill, really well. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that's your time. I'm going to stop the video.